So go ahead. All right, good afternoon, everyone. It's 4 p.m. I want to welcome everyone to our budget hearing number 2, Foothills Education Charter High School. I want to call the meeting to order at this time. Pause just for a moment and ask Dr. Gibney Sherman if we have any public comment that we're aware of.
We do not, thank you.
All right, and we'll keep the call open here for a few minutes as we go into item 3, and that's a quick review of our proposed budget. I'm showing 4 sub items there: an FY23 budget narrative, budget advertisement, budget workbook, and then our budget pay rates. Dr. Gibney Sherman, you can talk about any of those as needed, and I'll just turn it over to you to lead this item.
Thank you, Dr. Franklin. We have those 4 items, and they're the same items we had for the first budget hearing. And so Bonnie, I'm going to ask Bonnie Knight, our CFO, to quickly go through those 4 items to see if there are any questions that came up since the last time we met. And once we've completed that overview, then we must stay on meeting until 4:30. And you're welcome to stay on mute. And if somebody comes on, I'll call you back in. So Bonnie, if you would just repeat those items.
Sure. So all 4 of these items were on our attachments for our first budget hearing back in May. And nothing has changed in the narrative at all, or the budget advertisement. The budget workbook, well, the budget advertisement and the budget workbook have been updated for some things, minor tweaks that have changed since we first presented the budget. A couple of changes in calculations and a few of the salaries. And then if you remember, Dr. Gibney Sherman has talked about we've increased the enrollment at the virtual site by 50 students, and we didn't have that additional staffing in the initial budget. So we've added that. We didn't change the revenues since those are coming to the state. So we increased the expenditures. So right now we're spending, budgeted to spend about $124,000 more than what we projected revenues. But I feel sure as with our model, we've budgeted for this hourly staff, and we make up during the year hourly staff here and there where they work 4 hours instead of 5, or site directors, site needs to close for a night for a particular reason or something like that. And so I feel sure that we'll make up the $124,000 during the year. But I just thought it was good to point out to y'all that we did add those few expenditures, and they are on the 3rd page, I believe, 2nd page, I'm sorry, of your actual budget workbook. If you want to see the actual listing, but there's about 4 or 5 things. The major thing again is the increase in enrollment for the virtual site. So the pay rates have not changed, except for those couple that we updated because they were miscalculated. And so unless you have questions about what we presented last time, I don't really have anything else to add.
Thank you, Bonnie.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any questions from any of our board members?
None from me. I appreciate the update on those additions based on student growth. It sounds like they're purely centered around student growth, and we'll make up for those in terms of our earnings.
Yes, Dr. Franklin, just a reminder to the board, we've maintained a waiting list of over 100 students, sometimes up to 150 students who want to enroll on the virtual site. And so that's why we increased the number. Right. And that's well within our revised contract that we have with the DOE. So that's why the change. Okay, so if you feel free to ghost us, go on dark. You can go on dark, and you can go on mute. And at 4:30, we'll come back, Dr. Franklin, and you can close this meeting out, and we can move into our called board meeting.
Appreciate the updates there, and we'll hang in here till 4:30. and for some reason we get knocked off, we'll jump back in, but we'll hang in there till 4:30, Dr. Kenny Sherman.
All right, thank you, sir.